Hello friends, good morning. I'm Dr. Sharmila Lorenzo here and welcome back to the Animal Academy. Today we shall discuss a topic of breeding and pregnancy in dogs. Now, when considering the breeding, there are some of the important points to be considered during this during the breeding process. The first one itself is a breed or type of breed. You want your dog or female dog, that is a bitch, to mate with a male dog. If you want a pure breed, then you should breed with the same type of a dog. For example, if you have a Labrador, for example, okay, you can mate your dog, your female dog, with a Labrador. You can mate your female Labrador dog with a male Labrador dog. But if you don't mind and you say, okay, it's fine, then you can go in for mixed breeding. For example, you can mate, if yours is a female Labrador dog, you can mate it with Alsatian dog also. So no problem. The second important point is from the health point of view. So you should ensure that all the vaccinations are done to your dog. The vaccination record should be updated correctly, or ensure that, so that it should not hamper or it should not cause any problems. So make sure that your dog has received all the vaccinations on time. Then the third important point is that to do the fecal examination. So fecal examinations of the dog sample should be done so as to detect any type of internal parasites are there. For example, hookworms and roundworms. Based on this examination or based on the results, we can deworm the dog so that internal parasites such as hookworms and roundworms have been destroyed. Otherwise, there can be a transmission. This can be transmitted from the mother to the fetus. So to avoid this, we should deworm the dogs. This is before pregnancy, before breeding. Then also the second dose after breeding, that is if the animal becomes pregnant, if your female dog becomes pregnant, then we can give another dose of deworming drug at the 40 days of pregnancy period. So these are the points which I have given you to be considered during the breeding of the dogs. Now the next question is that how long will the dogs, or what is the pregnancy, how many days the dog becomes, what is the pregnancy, or how long are the dogs pregnant? So the next question, So the average pregnancy of any dog is 62 to 64 days. You can say average 60 days. It all depends, because predicting the time of the delivery can be difficult, because the date of the breeding, predicting the time of the delivery can be difficult, because the date of breeding may not always match the date of conception. Okay, because if the dog is mating today or mating today, this does not mean that the dog will conceive today only. It can conceive tomorrow, it can conceive day after tomorrow. That's why I'm saying the date of breeding and the conception may not match, and hence we cannot predict exact time of delivery. Also, the length of the pregnancy can be determined by the litter size. that is, and the type of breed. Larger the breed, if the breed is big, suppose Great Dane, and it has got also, Great Dane will have a larger litter size, that more number of pups, as a result of which the duration will be 63 to 64 days. So this is how it works. So the next step I'm going to tell you is that what actually happens during the pregnancy, or how the process of pregnancy happens in dogs. In simple language, during the first month of pregnancy, the fertilized egg, or the embryo you can say, the fertilized egg travels to the uterine horn. So uterus is there. There are two horns. The eggs travel to the uterine horn. So, and it gets embedded, it gets attached, you can say in local language, it's common man's language, it gets attached or it gets embedded to there in the uterine lining, and it remains there for 15 to 18 days. And during this period, the fetal growth is very rapid and it doubles in diameter every 7 days. The next thing is that during the end of the first month, that is 28 to 30 days, now if you take the dog to a vet, the veterinarian can detect the fetal heartbeats. And also during this month, as the development speeds up into the second month, the embryos will develop into the pups. And at the end of the 60 days, at the end of 2 months, the pups are fully grown, and from the end of the second month to the first week of third month, they are ready to be delivered and the pups can be delivered. So as you can see, this is I've told you now how long the pregnancy period is. It is 60 to 64 days. Depends, more or less 2 months, or it can go a little bit more also. So this is how I explained to you the pregnancy and how long the pregnancy takes place. Now the next chapter we are going to discuss is that in pregnancy of dogs, what are the signs or what are the symptoms they show in dogs. Symptoms of pregnancy in dogs. Now what happens is that we do not have the diagnostic testing which is accurate. You cannot go to the pharmacy and tell them, I want a pregnancy test kit for dogs. As in human beings, we have that pregnancy kit, that is a diagnostic kit, pregnancy diagnostic kit, but it's not there in dogs. But what will happen here is that you can do it by physical signs and also by using medical diagnostic tests. Now physical signs I will discuss with you first. The physical signs, what are the signs and the symptoms in the dogs? First of all, as the pups are developing inside the body of the bitch or the female dog, the dog becomes very hungry. So what happens? There is voracious appetite. There is increase in appetite. So secondly is that because it is not only giving nutrition to her, she's not only eating for herself, so she's also eating for the pups. So the nutrition got to the food is supplied to her as well as to the developing fetuses or pups. The second one is weight gain. You will notice that there is a lot of weight gain. As the pregnancy advances, there will be increase in weight gain. the dog will put on weight, the belly will be swollen, there will be increase in nipple size. Then moreover, the dog gets tired very easily. The female dog will get tired very easily because naturally she is taking the weight of her pups as well as herself. Then she will also get sometimes very irritated. Then the next moment, if she's getting irritated, the next moment she can be also very affectionate. So both the contrary behaviors are there. Also, she will look for some peace or a nesting behavior. She wants to rest. Sometimes due to the hormonal imbalance, okay, there can be vomiting too in dogs. These are all the symptoms or physical signs of dog pregnancy. Now, when we are doing dog pregnancy, we cannot, when we are having the when we see the symptoms, we cannot confirm the dog pregnancy. These are the symptoms only, but to confirm it correctly, we have to take it to the veterinarian. As I told you that earlier, here to confirm it by diagnosis or by doing the test, we cannot do it by, there is no pregnancy kit available for dogs. So as in human beings, we have pregnancy test kits. Here there are, in dogs we do not have. So we have to go for other methods. What are the other methods? First of all, palpation or examination of the dog, of the abdomen. Suppose you want to examine the dog. You have to take the dog to the vet and get it examined. The examination, it is best to take on 28 to 38 days of pregnancy or gestation. Now, during this stage, the veterinarian will check or palpate or examine your dog's abdomen, and he will notice, if he notices that there are small balls, he will notice that there are small balls filled with fluid. Now, these balls are in fact fetus, and inside there is a fluid inside, fetus inside, and surrounding the fetus there are fluids. These are like small grape balls, or you can say golf balls. The ball we are using it to play golf, that is that type of balls are seen in the pregnancy. Now, what does that liquid does? The liquid acts as a shock absorber, as a result of which it protects the fetus or the pups from any harm. This is the first point or the first function of the fluid. The second function is that it provides nutrition to the pups. That is, whatever the mother eats, the pups also get through the fluid. Now, so this is a very important stage, and this examination should be done only at 28 to 30th day. Because after 38th day, the fluid balls, they lose their shape, and so that is after 30 days they lose the shape. So it is very important to conduct this palpation or examine the abdomen of the dog for pregnancy in 28 to 30 days. This is the first method to detect pregnancy in dogs. The second method is ultrasound, or you can say ultrasonography. The ultrasonography is basically done between 25 to 35 days of pregnancy or gestation. During this ultrasonography, doctors will detect the heartbeat, fetal beat. Sometimes we go to you can see as human beings, we go to check the pregnancy, and when we take the ultrasound, sometimes the doctors will tell the patients, oh, there is no fetal beat. That means there is something wrong. So in the same way here also, during 25 to 35 days of pregnancy, the doctors can detect the fetal beat, and also it can estimate the number of the pups the female dog is carrying. Now this heartbeats basically is 2 to 3 times more in pups than in their mother, than in the adult female dog. This is with regard to the ultrasound. The next is hormonal test or blood test. Now again at 25 to 30 days, when we take our dog to the vet, a hormonal test can be done. That is, with the help of a syringe and a needle, the vet will remove the blood and check for the hormones. Now if there is relaxin in the blood, that is a hormone, if there is relaxin, this hormone relaxin is produced only during pregnancy. So this is a very accurate test for confirming the pregnancy. That is the hormone test or blood test. The next procedure is X-rays. This X-ray is one of the most effective method to determine the pregnancy in a bitch. Now this test is done 55 days when the dog is 55 days pregnant. So this X-ray, when taken, it will detect accurate number or accurate count of the number of pups or how many puppies are there. They will give you the count and this X-ray, and also it will let you prepare for when your dog is going to deliver. So maybe if it is having more pups, suppose if it is having 12 pups, it will take more time to deliver. Length of duration of pregnancy will be more. If there are less pups, then depends upon the breed, still it will be less time. So it will detect the accurate number of pups. Secondly, also it will help you to know when length of duration or when your dog is going to deliver. So today we have discussed this topic. My friends, that's all done for today. If you have any questions, you can ask them in my comment section. More videos next time, more updates in my next video too. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.